I never thought my life would turn into one of those stories people read online and think, there's no way that's real. But that's exactly what happened. My name is Ethan, and for almost 15 years, I had two people I trusted more than anyone else in the world. My wife, Sarah, and my best friend, Jake. Jake wasn't just a friend, he was like a brother. We met in high school, survived college together, and even stood beside each other at our weddings. When Sarah and I got married, Jake was my best man. He gave a speech about loyalty, friendship, and family that had everyone in tears. Looking back, it's almost funny. For years, everything seemed normal. Jake came over for football games, Sarah baked his favorite cookies, we spent holidays together. If someone had told me they were secretly betraying me, I would have laughed in their face. Then, little things started happening. Sarah became protective of her phone. Jake suddenly stopped bringing girlfriends around. Whenever I walked into a room, conversations would stop for a second before continuing. Nothing major, just enough to make me feel uncomfortable. Whenever I mentioned it, Sarah would roll her eyes. "You're imagining things." And Jake would laugh. "Bro, you've been watching too many crime shows." So, I convinced myself I was being paranoid. One Friday, Sarah told me she was spending the weekend with her sister in another city. At the same time, Jake said he had a business conference 2 hours away. Neither story seemed suspicious, until Saturday afternoon. I was shopping when I ran into Sarah's sister, the same sister Sarah was supposedly visiting. She smiled and asked where Sarah was. My stomach dropped. I tried not to panic. Maybe plans changed. Maybe there was an explanation, but deep down, I already knew. I called Sarah. No answer. I called Jake. No answer. For the first time in my life, I decided to stop trusting words and start following facts. Using a shared location app that Sarah had forgotten was still active, I found her phone at a hotel downtown. I sat in my car outside for almost 30 minutes. Part of me wanted to leave. Part of me wanted to believe there was some innocent explanation. Then I saw them. Jake and Sarah walked through the hotel lobby together, laughing, holding hands, like they didn't have a care in the world, like I didn't exist. The betrayal hit harder than I can describe. Not because my wife cheated, not because my best friend betrayed me, but because the two people I loved most had been lying to my face for who knows how long. I wanted to storm inside. I wanted to scream. Instead, I did something neither of them expected. I stayed calm. Over the next few weeks, I quietly gathered evidence, messages, photos, hotel records, bank transactions. Every lie they told became another piece of proof. Meanwhile, they acted like nothing had happened. Sarah kissed me goodbye every morning. Jake still called me bro. The acting was incredible. Eventually, I learned the affair had been going on for almost a year. A whole year. Every barbecue, every birthday, every holiday. They had looked me in the eyes and lied. When I finally had everything I needed, I invited both of them to my birthday party. Neither suspected a thing. Friends and family filled the house. Everyone was laughing and celebrating. Then I stood up, tapped my glass, and connected my laptop to the television. The room went silent. A slideshow appeared. Photos, messages, hotel receipts, screenshots, one after another. At first, nobody understood what they were seeing. Then reality hit. Sarah turned pale. Jake looked like he'd seen a ghost. Nobody spoke. The silence was brutal. Finally, Jake stood up. "Ethan, let me explain." I cut him off. "No." For once, I wasn't interested in excuses. Sarah started crying. Her family looked horrified. Mutual friends stared at Jake like they'd never seen him before. Within minutes, they left. Together. The same way they had betrayed me. I thought exposing them would make me feel better. It didn't. For months I struggled. The divorce was ugly, friendships disappeared, trust became impossible. But eventually something unexpected happened. Life got better. Much better. 2 years later, I met someone honest. Someone who didn't lie. Someone who didn't treat loyalty like a joke. Meanwhile, Jake and Sarah's relationship didn't survive. The excitement of sneaking around disappeared once there was nobody left to betray. Last I heard, they blamed each other for everything. Funny how that works. The people who destroyed my life ended up destroying each other's too. And the biggest lesson I learned, sometimes the most dangerous betrayal doesn't come from your enemies. It comes from the people you trust with your life.